Okay.
All right. Hi.
Hello. Welcome
Happy
2024. The energy
welcome
of
to
spring.
2024. Yes. And starting off this year, I was so excited to bring Tricia Gumberg back because we're going to talk numerology, right? We're going to talk about energy and the universal year. And I knew no one better than you. So thank you for being here.
Yay. And it makes so much sense that you help entrepreneurs because that is the energy of the number 8. So I'm really excited to bring it to your group and to you, because it's the boss of boss. It's the number that gets shit done. Excuse my language. So yeah, I want to help you tap into it.
Awesome. I love that. Thank you. Yeah, and I did my birth date and all the things. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. I am an 8." Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, okay. So, I'm just going to let you take it away because you're the boss lady
The
today.
Okay, the energy. So everything is energy. And when we take the year 2024, we add up all those digits 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, we get the 8. And when we tilt that 8 on its side, that's the infinity, right? So we have I want to point out the energies of the number 8. So you got a visual here.
Yeah.
Power, abundance, and self-sufficiency. Now, if that doesn't just describe an entrepreneur, right? I don't even know what does. I mean, right? It is the number 8. And so I have some advice for those of you running a business. So I have 3 things. First of all, the 8 is finance. So if there is anything under what you are responsible for your business that is a challenge, now is a good year to kind of grab that by its horns. Not wrestle it to the ground, but appreciate it for what it is, first of all, and then take some steps to fix it, or make it better. Whether it's a challenge with understanding your taxes, or maybe you've got, yeah. Who's looking at me? Whatever your finance challenges are. Now, if I could take a peek at your numerology chart, either for personally or for your business, I'd be able to probably tell right off what your challenges are, but you're probably already pretty aware of that. So now is a good time. And the reason is, besides the energy of the number 8, right, where we put our energy, that's where it's going to flow. And we're going to manifest our whatever we're trying to accomplish. But we have this beautiful energy of Mars and Capricorn. Now, if you know anything about a Capricorn, besides an 8 or a 1 life path, if you got some shit that needs to get done, give it to a Capricorn. And so this, it repeats the energy of the number 8 with being an achievement number, or achievement energy with the Mars in Capricorn. And so now until February 15th is a good time to look at any of those challenges you have in your business, and it'll work itself out. You will be able to figure it out. Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. And then here comes the other piece. So if that's enough for you, go ahead, go do that.
Okay.
Go. If you'd like a little bit more, the magic sauce on those goals is to make a gratitude list. So look back through this past year of all of your accomplishments. Really sit with them. I use the word ruminate. I mean, really sit with them, like they're people, and that, because it's energy. And really feel like, look at each piece and go, I'm grateful for that success because, and sit with the feeling. I've started my gratitude list because that was my general message, and I have a complete blog post. I started my gratitude list on the 31st, and literally it's been like a boomerang. Yes. And now I've experienced it where it's, you set an intention and you kind of wait, Like, does this manifestation shit really work?
Yes. Yeah.
And I know that it does. And I also know the power of the written word. And I've done a total video for that. You've been part of my workshop with that, with the intuitives, grounding and healing. And I talk specifically about, and I give you some writing exercises. So that's what this is. When you write down those gratitudes, it comes back. And I've had them boomerang, come immediately back beautifully just since the 31st.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel like I've been on the cloud the day before yesterday, and today, because of how it's come back to me. So that was work on your finances, write a gratitude list, and then if there's anybody with any challenges when it comes to being creative, is there anybody out there?
Yeah.
That doesn't love to spend 5 hours on Canva. Like,
why isn't this working?
Yeah, and that's just learning how to do it, right? That was just one post. Okay. If that is your challenge, or you just want a little bit of shift and maybe don't have an exact focus in your business, but you just want some positive energy coming towards it, or just a shift, this beautiful baby right here.
Yes.
Yes, I'm writing about this, and she too tells you the power of the written word, and you're right. I mean, that's what she talks about. And I think the year I started working this, I published this little baby. So we know how powerful this is. So I keep saying this. So the artist way, and it's not easy peasy. And she asks you to write 3 full pages. They're called morning pages, for like 12 weeks. So she's not messing around. But I'm here to tell you it works, and it's worth the time. The how cathartic it is taking yourself on artist dates. It's a way to love on yourself. Remember that 8 I was telling about? You just start that energy of creativity, and it's going to come back. You start that with the self-love, it's going to come back.
Oh my
and then
gosh.
that reminds me,
Love it.
If you can ask any questions that you might have, I see your brain going. But real quickly, if anybody either books with myself or with you as a result of this video, they get a chance to win my ebook. So they can learn their numerology, and they can do a little bit of writing in here and learn about themselves and numerology with a copy of my book.
Yeah.
See, you're manifesting stuff already. You could win something for free.
That's right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay,
that was
so
a lot,
3 things. No, but I love it. Good. 3 things.
So
can you do a recap?
Yep, let's do that. Your finances. So wherever you're struggling at with your finances, now's the time to figure it out and empower yourself and be more sovereign. Remember that word, self-sufficient? Then the second thing was writing your gratitude list. And then the third thing is working the artist way if you feel at all that your creativity is stuck.
Yeah. Okay. I have like 1,000 questions for you,
yes.
But let me bring it back here. Okay, there we go. Artist way. Loved it, did it. It wasn't easy to write every single morning, right? But you're so right. It opened up so much energy, really. It opened up so many channels of creativity. But my question is, I finished and then I went back to kind of real life as we do. Do you just start again and just keep it going?
So, I see what you're saying. So now I
keep going with the morning pages
since 2016. And well, I'm a writer. So to me, it wasn't a struggle. And I just felt drawn back to doing it again. And then it's been incredible what I've been manifesting just because I thought about starting this.
Mm.
I hadn't even started, I didn't even do my first entry, and already things had started. Like, I just put it out as an idea. And I talked to two people about it as an idea, and it's already, I was like, oh, okay, so now's the
Wow.
time.
Yeah.
And so that would be interesting. And maybe don't do this whole 3 pages. Set your timer for 10 minutes, because you're going to benefit from it.
Yeah.
And if the 3 pages, so we're talking about, I'm not quite sure, but she wrote for Hollywood. Julia Cameron did. And she was an alcoholic, which is why she was like, oh, hold up. My method for creating is not right. So maybe if we are used to having, $1 million contracts like Julia did, or, you know what I mean? That's a lot of pressure to create. And maybe if it's a smaller scale, maybe 3 pages aren't required of us.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think as entrepreneurs, at least for myself, I want it perfect. I want, the whole shebang. I want it right now. And so maybe by taking the baby steps of just starting, I think that's where I know that's where many of us entrepreneurs get stuck. If we don't know the whole plan and we don't have a framework, we don't start.
And that's why I didn't show up here with, I had 3 things like we need a plan of action, or we need action, and 8 is action. Last year I was telling people go meditate, and they were like, they didn't want to hear it. So this year I get to tell people do something.
Yes.
Pick something and do it, because it's gonna come back, and it's gonna be more worth your effort. And I've had confirmation. I have confirmation from people who they don't do astrology, they know numerology, but they meditate, and they've downloaded that same thing. It's just a year that we're going to manifest things, and it's going to come a little quicker. So
that is such a great visual. Also, turning the 8 on its side. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that before. And the infinity sign, and then how it comes back to you. That I can get behind.
Yep. And then I want to show you, do we have time yet?
Absolutely.
Okay. So let me show you this energy here. These, I like to talk about energy as arcing. So we have that 8 of this year, and then you have your own personal year energy. I added Mars and Capricorn on there. So that is an arc of energy. And the golden age, they call it the golden age of connection. So that's going to run through 2029. So if any of your entrepreneurs are doing any of this connecting of people, like yourself are, you're supported. And then the age of Aquarius supports us if we're trying to create peace, love, joy, harmony, connections with humanity, or anything spiritual. We are supported in that. And that is this, does it even? Yeah, it does say, look what it says. A spiritual path to higher creativity.
Yes.
And I really think it's this thing right here. Whatever. Do you use markers? Do you use pencils?
Oh yeah. I've got all the
You
things.
only have 1 cup of them? I have like 5. Anyway, no judgment. But it's the power of the written word. And so Julia has discovered it. And we know that that's that thing that people do, the vision boards, right? And writing things down. There's power in that. Also, there's a lot of stuff up here doesn't serve us. And so by writing, we're taking out the trash.
Yes. It's so interesting that you say that, because I have this new worksheet. It's an organization worksheet for entrepreneurs, because here, I'm going to switch back my view. Sorry. So I have this new organization worksheet because I'm seeing how many of us can be disorganized. And it's not just disorganized on our desk, it's disorganized in our minds, right? Yes. And so I suggest doing it weekly, like on a Friday afternoon or Sunday would be best, but taking everything that you have to do for the week and getting it out of your head, writing it down.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
then you can
Yep.
decide what matters and what you can say, you know what, I don't need to deal with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that Julia says that she's like, you don't have to read your pages. I mean, that's just how much we have.
Yeah.
But there's a certain sense of, oh, I wrote it down. Okay. Seriously, have you ever done that? You wrote down your grocery list and you left it at home, but you get to the grocery store and you can like visualize it. So this is the power of writing it down. Like you can be done with it, you know.
Or at 3 a.m. if I have something that I can't stop thinking about, if I have a notepad next to my bed, write it down. It's there. Go to sleep. Let it go.
And it really is, that writing then is a form of active meditation. So you can think of it that way.
I like that.
Taking now and I say trash out is that first of all, we have a lot of thoughts that do not serve us, right? They may not be angry or negative at ourselves or whatever, they very well could be. And then this is a way of becoming aware of that. Like, where did that thought come from? Right. And it really helps, just like meditation, that you then become aware. This goes under the shit my mother used to say. Or, right. I mean, is it yours?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Whose thought is that?
And we go back to that self-sufficiency. That's the energy of the number 8. Is it coming from you? Where is it coming from? That was crap. Where the hell did that come from?
Whoa.
So yes, so trying to talk people into doing those morning pages, and even if it's only 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's still something.
She even asks you to evaluate that. So now if I can share, do we still have time?
Yeah.
So I had given this idea to someone who I didn't think was not for it. Probably could write 2 sentences if you really put a thumb on them.
Mm-hmm. Just because they were busy, just didn't want to deal with it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And now this person who couldn't write but 2 sentences if you stood over them is still writing when the 10 minutes goes up and wants to finish their thought. And I'm like, what? I said I've kind of been on cloud 9, or should I say cloud 8? I'm like, wait a minute, is this rose-colored glasses? Like, what's going on here? So I've been buoyed by it just since the 31st. And so, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I do have one last question for you, and then I want you to, tell me more about what you do. But so for people who, many entrepreneurs are in their heads, as we know, and this is a great way to get out of their heads. But if they're not really into the kind of the energy or the astrology, what would you suggest to raise their energy, or to, because I talk about intuition a lot and following what your gut, that feeling, just, the difference of anxiety or
feeling,
what is true. So that's why I was curious because when you said, it just came back to me right away. Well, you are so in tune with your energy, right? That but for those who aren't, what would you suggest?
Okay. So I was wondering if I should mention this. So now, if you would say to somebody, you need to be more, or you need to write a gratitude list. And the first time I heard that, I think my eyes rolled, because I took that as you're ungrateful and you don't take time. So as soon as we hear that gratitude piece is like, I'm grateful. I say thank you to people. But have you ever felt the gratitude where like tears start coming?
I just had that in Yosemite. I did.
Okay. So that's what the other piece I would give to those other people, is that when you allow yourself to like really, really feel it, then that's your wave.
Okay.
That's your
Yeah.
wave. Is
That
that
is opening your heart chakra.
that
Dare I
yeah.
say it? Because
Well,
I'm not good at doing that.
well, and that's the thing. If some people just might blow off, you say write a gratitude list, and they might even just blow that off.
Yeah.
Like, of course I'm grateful. You know, my business made money this year. Of course I'm grateful. But wait a minute. You sit and ruminate with it. Why are you grateful? What clients are you grateful? Why are you grateful for them? Like, get really specific and really where it hits you. Because
Yeah.
and I thought about it that way for a long time. It's like, well, I'm not ungrateful, like, but it's really sitting in the gratitude, like sitting with it and feeling it to the point where it does tear you up. And if maybe that your business isn't doing that for you, maybe you're doing the wrong business.
Ooh, I think we're gonna have to have another truth talk.
You know, if it's not getting you right here. But sometimes that's, for me, I know that takes practice. That there is a group of us, and I used to be one of them. I would never cry in front of anyone. And I was really closed down.
Mm-hmm.
I was a hard nut to crack. And that was just all to protect myself.
Yes.
Which is because, right, we're here in our meat suit, right? We're spiritual beings having a human experience. And it's that feeling. That's what separates us from the squirrel, which I'm sure he hurt a little bit when I ran him over this morning. But but that separates us, right, from other things, is that ability to feel and to make those connections. And that goes back to the energy of the age of Aquarius.
Yeah.
Right? That human connection and those feelings, it makes a huge difference. So that's what that's what I would offer to anyone else who's, if they wouldn't align with, or it doesn't resonate with them, the numerology or the astrology, the humanness of feeling and how the deep gratitude.
Which I think every entrepreneur I have come across, we understand the importance of the human connection and that authenticity and the collaboration, working together, building together, right? We're creating and building that energy together. Because when you try and do it on your own, like this lone wolf, it doesn't work. And it sure doesn't feel good.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
And
So
not everybody, that vulnerability piece. And I don't know who I'm talking to, but that used to be me, that I, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, because we're tough. We're tough women.
Oh,
we're boss ladies.
There's a lot of reasons for it, and mostly I got through it, and of whatever, with the act of writing, but even just the act of allowing yourself to feel that deep down.
Thank you, Tricia. These are really great things to take forward in 2024.
All right.
So will you tell us how you work with people, how they can find you, all that good stuff?
Okay.
Let me just change my, there we go.
Oh yeah, what can I do? Yeah. What can I share? What can I
what can I share?
Let me see, do I have a visual? Oh shoot, it's not handy. That is my website, triciasenergygarden.com, right there. Okay. That's a reminder there to take time to ruminate and make a list of positive things that happened last year. And my Instagram is Gunberg Tricia. And how I work with people is, it can be as simple as 45 minutes. I give you clarity and guidance on your numerology. I can help you create a to-do calendar using the energy of each day on the calendar to accomplish your goals, using both your business numerology and your personal numerology. That's very powerful. And they can just actually walk in and see me on Thursdays. Come meet me at the Wellness Lounge in Paso, which is right under, it's part of Dharma Yoga Loft. So they could
Nice.
be there and get a quick 15-minute reading just to see how it feels.
Yeah, see if they, yeah, which it always feels good talking to you.
Oh,
It
thank you.
does. Yeah, well, you just have great energy, so it's nice.
Okay, and then anybody that signs up to work with Lisa or myself as a result of this video, DM us if you've seen us, and we'll put you on the list if you want to win a copy, an ebook copy of Say Yes to Who
Yes.
You Are to Create Fitness.
Love it. Great.
All right. Thanks for
Woo,
having
so we have a lot to carry forward in this new year. So
Yeah.
the universal year of 8.
me.
Is that
You can
okay?
manifest. Catch that wave.
Catch the
All
wave.
right. Catch the wave.
I love it. Yay. Thank you,
All right.
Tricia.
Okay.
All right. Take care, everyone.